I don't like people that try to steal information from others. And then they try to make that information their own. Tariq Nasheed has stolen so much information from so many people that it's so obvious right now. I mean, it's not hard to have already figured something like this out. He has stolen information from Dick Gregory. He has stolen information from Neely Fuller. He has stolen information from countless, what I like to call the real deal men and women who have been leading the charge from the beginning. A lot of these people have either passed on or have gotten to that age to where they have to let somebody else take over. And see, the people, the people that's actually taken over, that you are accepting, are people like Tariq Nasheed. A person that's not only a con artist and a scammer and a cheat, but he is very dishonest. There isn't an honest bone in his body. He is for profit. Now, I have proved that over and over and over again. And the only thing that either one of his fans could ever write inside the comment section, mine or anybody else's, that would try to defend him, is that that person that's talking about him is jealous. Now, instead of dealing with the facts, when I call out a fact like, hey, this man has never done anything for anybody except himself, that's a challenge for you to disagree with it, and not only disagree with it, but give me proof that this man is actually doing something to help other people besides himself. Now, if you can't do that, then I'm right. Then what I'm saying, you need to listen to, and you need to take heed to it, because it actually means something. You can't disagree with anything that I'm saying. Well, of course you could disagree, but it's very hard to disagree and you don't have a shred of evidence that supports you disagreeing with me. So when I go to the comment section, especially on a video like this, I don't see anything that backs up your disagreements. Anything that would prove me wrong when I say that I'm against Tariq Nasheed for this reason and that reason and this reason and that reason. I don't see any supporting evidence that would back up anything that you could disagree with me on concerning Tariq Nasheed. So then you are a fool. You have admitted defeat without saying, you know what, I'm defeated. And I understand it's hard for you to just come to terms and say, you know what, this man is right and I'm wrong. You hate to say that you're wrong because for so many years you have been giving this man your money, your time, your energy, your blood, sweat, and tears, your respect, and he hasn't earned a shred of it. He hasn't earned any of it. This man goes on vacation anytime he feels like it. Has he really deserved a vacation? I mean, can you say that this man has really deserved and earned a vacation? What has he done for you? What has he done for me? What has he done for anybody that looks like you and me? Everything that's happening out here is happening even more every day that passes by. A person like Tariq Nasheed should be dedicated to making sure that these things are not happening. But when something happens, this man not only profits off of it, he encourages this to continue to happen so that he continue to make money off of it. See, you don't see that because you are putting the blinders on because you want to be right, because you're doing something that you don't want to be wrong about. I'm calling you out, I'm calling him out, and I'm calling you wrong, and I'm calling him wrong as well. And you can't stand it. Now, deep down in the back of that absent-minded mind of yours that you have to agree with me. And I know you're fighting and you're bucking it as hard as you can not to agree with me, but I'm 100% right. It's not about me being wrong and right. It's about what I'm right about. People like Tariq Nasheed, you have put him on a pedestal. You have put him in the forefront, and he isn't fighting for you. He's fighting for himself. And if you are too stupid to have already figured that out, listen, it's not hard. This is not brain surgery, ladies and gentlemen. You can see that this man has yet to do anything for you or me or anybody else that look like you and me. And it's not about handouts. It's not about this man just dishing out every fucking piece of money that he earns. But see, I look at it like this. That money that he has so-called earned, it's coming directly from all of you. You only give him that money because you think that that money is being used to combat some of this racism and white supremacy that we are enduring out here. But not a cent of it is going towards stopping any of it. And this is what I'm trying to get you to understand. He isn't fighting for you. He isn't fighting for me. He's fighting for himself. And until you realize that, you will always be the idiot, the fool, the dumbass that still hasn't figured this out. What are you waiting for? The world is passing you by. This is 2018, and we still haven't figured things out yet. So when I call you a dumbass and an idiot, that's appropriate. It's taking you this long to figure out that the people that you're giving your money to are con artists. Now, he can say anything against me. He can say I'm jealous. He can say that I'm just a hateful nigger that's just mad because I'm not pulling in the money that he is. How do you know that I don't already have more money than what he has? And this isn't about money. This is about him stopping some of the things that he talks about that should have been stopped years ago, like white supremacy and racism, like cops killing black people for no reason. We still haven't figured out how to stop that. The number one priority should be to preserve life. And we haven't even figured that out yet. So you know what that means? That means that any one of you could be next. The white man understands we can't stop it. The white man understands that we are not even trying to stop it. So they can do whatever they want to do, when they want to do it, how they want to do it, where they want to do it, and we won't do a damn thing but just talk about it and make money off of it. You should despise somebody like Tariq Nasheed just as much as I do. See, I'm going by the man's actions, okay? Not the pedestal that you have put him on. He doesn't deserve to be on a pedestal that you have placed him on, by the way. Watch how many people attack this video. Watch how many people flag this video. Watch how many people come to the comment section in the defense of Tariq Nasheed. But not one shred of evidence can they ever write in the comment section or produce on a recorded video that would prove me wrong, ever. Because if they had that, then it would have already been put out. They would have shut me up a long time ago. And I would look like a total idiot still recording videos. But see, they haven't been able to shut me up. Instead, what they do is they look for other ways. If I flag his videos down, then maybe they'll terminate his channel altogether, and then voila. Touchdown. We won't have to hear from Keyboard Musician ever again. So they thought. Now, of course, you know that they have tried this countless times, and here I am once again before you, creating yet another video. And I will always continue to do what I have been doing for a number of years now because it's still needed. People need to know the real truth. There are countless videos on YouTube that's lying to you. They want you to believe that they really care, but then at the same time, they monetize their videos. And who do you think that own these advertising companies? The same people that they claim to be against. A lot of times I go to these videos and I write that very thing inside the comment section, their comment section. And some of them, they're so embarrassed by what I have said that they don't want anybody to see it. So they will take that comment down just as fast as I put it up. Why? Because they know that I'm right. And also, more importantly, they know that it makes a lot of sense. You claim to be against this person, and you claim to be against that person, and you claim to be against everything that they stand for and everything that they do. But then you accept money from them? These same people you accept money from. See, they don't want you to hear that. This is why they hate me. This is why they try to flag down every video that I come out with, because people are finally starting to listen. But it isn't enough. This is where you come in. You should be doing just as much as I am, trying to put the truth out to the people. We have to wake these people up more than ever. This is 2018, and things are only going to get worse. I'm telling you, if you don't have a head on your shoulders in this society, in this day and time, in this day and age, you won't make it. I'm not kidding you. You absolutely just will not make it. These people that are our true enemies are not fucking playing. You understand? They're not playing. They're trying to kill you. And they're doing a pretty good job. They're doing a hell of a job taking your ass out. I've seen so many things that are so obvious, but not for idiots like you that won't listen to people like me. You would rather listen to Tariq Nasheed, but what has he done to prevent anything from happening that has already happened to your loved ones, that has already happened to you, that's already happened to people that look like you, that you don't even know, that you consider strangers? It's only a matter of time before it comes back to your doorstep worse than ever. And the end game is death. How many deaths has Tariq Nasheed prevented? 0. How much money have you given Tariq Nasheed? Millions. Doesn't add up to me. So why are you giving him money in the first place? What is he doing with the money? Taking vacations, making his life better? When some of you are struggling so much now that you don't even know if you're going to have a place to live tomorrow. You never could ever call me a liar or call me wrong. Instead, you try and attack me. This is your tactic. This is your way of trying to get people not to listen to me. But I want people to understand that you see how they never write or produce in a video that they have created any evidence that has proven me wrong. Prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Is it about the money when it comes to Tariq Nasheed, or is it about the people? Prove me wrong. And the only way that you could ever prove me wrong is to get that motherfucker to stop begging for money, to stop monetizing his videos, but still do the same things that he has always done, which is really nothing but create a fucking video here and there, and maybe produce a fucking documentary here and there, and maybe do a lecture or two here and there. Everything that he does, just to, recap a lot of the things that I've already said for years, everything that this man has ever done and will ever do, it makes money. Have you ever wondered if it didn't make money, would he actually still put forth an effort to do it? No. I can already tell you that right now. I don't have to be a psychic to know the answer to that. He won't do anything without money. I've heard him say so many times, I'm in this to get paid. I'm not in this to give money away to people. He has told you over and over again that he is no leader. And what he's really saying is that, you know what? Don't look for me to try and stop anything or do anything that really counts, because I'm only in this for the money. He has told you in a roundabout way what I have already just laid out for you several times. But he won't come out and just be direct with it, because he knows that this is when you would turn away. This is when you would start to believe what I'm saying then, because it would have came out of his own mouth. But I'm telling you, it has came out of his own mouth, but in a roundabout way. When he says things like, I'm not a leader and don't expect me to do this, he's telling you, I'm not doing anything but collecting money. I'll talk about the situation, but I don't really care about the situation. So that means he don't care about you. Because these situations that come about, that he only talks about when it's all over the fucking news, you could be in that same situation. And has he cared in the past about others that have died by the hands of white supremacy or racism? No. He makes a profit off of it, is what? You haven't seen that yet? And if you support him, you are right along with him. You is just as bad as he is. And you should be incredibly ashamed of yourselves. How can you look yourselves in the mirror? How can you give him another dollar knowing that that is going toward his family and himself, not you or anybody else, especially the people that's in need right now? We should be helping each other, not just going out for self. Well, I ain't worried about nobody else but myself. Get yours and I'll get mine. That's how he feels. That's how he feels. This man supports the 48 Laws of Power. Do you know what that book is? This book is a how to be a fucking con. How to be a con. And you support this nigga? That book didn't say anything about being anti-racism, anti-racist, or anti-white supremacy. It's all about making money at any cost. Even if you have to straight up just rob people, lie to them, cheat, steal, whatever you have to do. That is what that book is all about. And he has quoted from it so many times. And you still give this nigga your money and your undivided attention. How has your life changed since you've been giving your money to Tariq Nasheed? Huh? I'm anxious to know this, huh? You know, I really feel sorry for you because it's all downhill from 2018 and in the future. This is the start of the end. I'm telling you right now. There's a storm that's on the way. Something big is about to take place. It's due. This is why they had to make sure that they got Dick Gregory out of the way, because he had people everywhere that would warn him about so many different things. Now, I'm going to tell you this, and I want you to spread it everywhere that you can, because it's the 100% truth. The people that was helping him, the resources that he had, which were several people in different countries. Do you know that a lot of these people have been murdered? Look up the information. I'm not kidding you. I didn't just make this up, okay? I got it from the same source that you'll get it from, the internet. A lot of these people have been murdered, or in freak accidents that just happened to happen to these certain people that was handing him information. Oh, yeah. But I always knew that this would happen eventually. And everything is happening now. You know, it's too late to stop it. It's way too late to stop it. We could suddenly all wake up at the same time and understand everything that's going on and try to prepare for it, and we still would be too late. So imagine the people that will never, ever get it. I really feel sorry for you. You're going out in this world blind as a fucking bat every day, not knowing what has been planned for you. I'm telling you, there's so many things that's happening. Some of the things you just wouldn't believe. It would scare the fucking living shit out of you. But it's happening nonetheless. And you're going to have to prepare for it. But it starts with you believing what is being said by people like me. It's not many people like me that's on YouTube, that's left on YouTube. Some of the people like me have decided to just give up because you're not listening. Not enough people are willing to listen, so they don't want to waste their time anymore. So they have stopped, and they are now preparing themselves for what's coming. I'm still trying to hang on to give you information that you need to know. Warn you about people like Tariq Nasheed and Umar Johnson, and it's so many newcomers. I've already mentioned this. There's so many newcomers that's springing up every single day that is trying to get in on this money-making scheme. They realized a long time ago, listen, Tariq Nasheed is a fucking con artist, but not many people have been able to figure that out. So let me do the same thing so that I can get some money too. This is what so many newcomers are thinking. And now they're starting to do the same thing that this nigga has been doing for years. So Tariq Nasheed, look out. You have a lot of competition that's headed your way. If the people don't wake up in time, I can guarantee you that competition is going to run you out of here. One or the other is going to happen, but the end result is all the same. You're going to be finished. No matter what. No matter what finishes you, you're going to be finished. I can guarantee you that. And everybody else that's doing the same thing. It's only a matter of time. This big storm that's headed our way is coming directly from the enemy, the government. They're not playing anymore. They need to wipe a large amount of us out. And how will they do this? They're working on it right now. The first stages of it has already begun. Turn on the news. That's all you have to do. Go on the internet and research some of these things that's happening that don't make the news. And you know why some of these things don't make the news? Number one, they were told not to cover it. Number two, when you research these things, it's going to blow your mind. Not only that, it will scare you half to death. But hopefully it will scare you into getting prepared and listening to the real truth. This is something that you should have gotten years ago, but it's not too late. But time is running out. Time is running out. We can't stop these things from happening. We might as well forget about that. It's well past that stage. The only thing that we can do now is just get prepared for it and try like hell to survive it. Something big is about to happen. Summertime is here now. I'm telling you, this could happen tomorrow, next week, but something big. It's going to be bigger than 9/11. It's going to make 9/11 look like something that just happened that there's no count. I'm telling you. They've been waiting and preparing for this for a long time. This is why they had to make sure that they had all their ducks in a row. Number one, they had to make sure that Dick Gregory was out of the way. Number two, they had to make sure that his resources was out of the way. Notice, you don't have anybody else like Dick Gregory that's revealing a lot of this shit like he was. The torch hasn't been picked up, ladies and gentlemen, is what I'm telling you, because these people are afraid. They understand. Don't think for one moment that these people don't understand that this man was murdered, okay? Don't think for one moment that these same people don't understand that Prince was murdered, that Michael Jackson was murdered, that countless other stars and people that you don't even know anything about was murdered. And it's going to be a whole lot more, I'm telling you. You're going to be surprised what celebrities die in the next few months. I'm telling you. Get prepared for it. It's going to shock you. And you're going to remember these words. You need to wake up long before then. I'm telling you. This big event that's about to take place is going to take a lot of people out. I'm telling you. Everything that's happening that's unnatural it feels unnatural, doesn't it? You've been thinking to yourself, wait a minute, I know this is a so-called natural disaster, but no. Something's wrong. Something's wrong. This has never happened before. That has never happened before. When you get that feeling is exactly right. You need to dive into it. You need to dive into it. You need to do the research. Put two and two together. You have to read in between the lines. Don't believe what CNN is telling you and just, I'll just watch CNN and I can educate my... No. It'll be better if you didn't even listen to CNN at all. I'm telling you. You're going to have to dig deep for the stories that they don't cover. That's what you need to be paying attention to. That will reveal what's going on. Stories that they keep throwing in your face. And I'm going to tell you something else too. This damn marriage. With this fucking prince and shit. I'm telling you, that means something. Black people, that means something. You better figure out what it means. Because it's not good for us. I can tell you that right now. See, a lot of people, they're not understanding. They don't want to understand. They just look at that as, that's just a wedding. Come on, man. What could happen as a result of them getting married? A lot. But it's up to you to figure out what that really means. Every move that they make means something. Number one, red flags should be flying based upon them breaking tradition. They never break tradition. They don't give a fuck if this motherfucker was in love, which he isn't. He was made to marry this black woman. He didn't even know who she was, and he still don't know who she is. This is all a part of a bigger plan that's about to reveal itself, and you better get ready for it. I'm telling you that now. Black people, you don't understand what's going on? Huh? You don't see what's going on? Do your research. Meditate. Ask the higher power to reveal the truth to you. This is the only way, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you, we have nothing. Now, when I say we have nothing, I'm not talking about money. Some of you might have thousands of dollars and some of you have no money. I'm not talking about that. We don't have the resources that the enemy has. We don't have the things that we would need to actually combat them and actually win. And they know this. But one thing that we do have that we never, ever have figured out to use, and that's unity. Numbers matter. And this is why they're trying to eliminate so many of us, in case you hadn't noticed. How many people in the last 5 years, our young people, our younger generation, have been handed down sentences in the criminal court system of 20 years or better? Look up that number. It will knock you off your feet. I'm telling you. It would knock you off your feet. Just that alone has eliminated so many of our younger generation. So they can't produce while they're in fucking prison. Do you understand what's going on? And then we have so many that's being killed by these freak accidents and killed by the police, killed by racism, killed by white supremacy. And then we have these people that's doing stupid shit like being addicted to heroin and pills and, just eliminating themselves, okay? From something that's man-made that was no doubt created by the enemy that they knew that we would be addicted to. You don't see what's going on? They're trying to eliminate some of the numbers that we have. And that's for a reason. I'm telling you, this big thing that's approaching will affect us. Now, in any war, there are casualties of war. There's going to be a lot of white people that die too. Okay, they don't really care about that shit. Just as long as the agenda is fulfilled. This is what they must accomplish to move on to the next agenda. And they have and they will The only thing that we can do now is just try and survive it.